Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, GTA RP. What is it? Why is it such a drama frenzy? And why is the internet seemingly so obsessed with it? Join me today as we dive down the rabbit hole and take a look into the weird, wacky world of GTA RP. Over the years, I've had a lot of people ask me, Fraud, why do you watch roleplay content? Like, how could you possibly watch a Dungeons & Dragons show or GTA RP Grand Theft Auto roleplay content? Like, how is this enjoyable? I like to explain it kind of like this. Imagine that feeling when you watch a really good show or like a really good movie that has a really solid story. Let's say, for example, I don't know, Breaking Bad. Now imagine you get to watch a story like Breaking Bad, but every single character has their own unique perspective, their own wants, their own goals, and their own dreams that are all playing out simultaneously in the same world and in opposition to one another. And at any point in time, you could switch between these perspectives. This, to me, is the reason why I watch GTA RP. And really, I think this is just one big factor among many as to why GTA RP, Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, has exploded over the last few years. So if you've been on the internet at all over the last 5 years, you've probably encountered something involving GTA RP. If, like me, you are a Twitch enjoyer, then you most certainly have either stumbled or seen at least one streamer playing GTA RP, which is actually like insane when you realize that Grand Theft Auto 5 was released like what, 10 years ago? A good portion of this viewership, especially in recent years, has come with the rise in this new subculture of Grand Theft Auto, the role players. Now here's a good question. What is roleplay? And I don't mean that kind of roleplay. Roleplay, essentially, in so many words, is a storytelling art, where people like me pretend to be someone else, someone they aren't, in order to forget about the crippling realities of our real life. Nowadays, if I said the term roleplay to a stranger, most people's minds would either go to Dungeons & Dragons or some kind of RPG video game, maybe like Skyrim, Fallout, or hell, even Baldur's Gate 3 now. What's kind of fascinating, though, is that roleplay is essentially something that humans have been doing for like at least 2,000 years now. Throughout history, many war games and historical reenactments would take place, but role-playing games, kind of as we know it now, really didn't start until 1974 with the invention of a little-known game called Dungeons & Dragons. I actually think that the creator of Dungeons & Dragons, Gary Gygax, has a really good quote on what exactly is roleplay.
A few words you can best liken fantasy role-playing to a cross between Let's Pretend, Cops and Robbers, and improvisational theater. Winning is less important than the overall experience. This is, after all, something that challenges the imagination and exercises the mind and creativity in problem solving. And so I guess everyone feels that they win if they survive.
In short, the rise of Dungeons & Dragons and the tabletop role-playing game scene led to the creation of a new genre of video games looking to imitate the game mechanics and that feeling of Dungeons & Dragons, the RPG. However, many of these RPGs lacked what truly made role-playing in a Dungeons & Dragons game so much fun: the human interaction. This would change, though, throughout the 1980s and the 1990s with the rise of the multi-user dungeon, or better known as the MUD. Basically, imagine a group of players playing Dungeons & Dragons, but in a text-based forum, and you got yourself a MUD. I think what was really special about MUDs was like its early use of the internet to connect different losers from all over different places to one spot to do their role playing, really kind of foreshadowing the thing that would eventually take RP as a concept to new heights: the MMORPG. Beginning with Neverwinter Nights in 1991, and then 10 years later, we would see the launch of RuneScape in January 2001, shortly followed a few years later by the game that would really change everything: World of Warcraft. You see, when I was growing up in the mid-2000s, RP nerds could really only be found in like two places: either playing Dungeons & Dragons or running around Dalaran in one of the many WoW RP servers, and whatever really it is that they get up to inside Goldshire Inn. From here, things advanced pretty quickly as we made our way to the 2010s, technology becoming better and better, more people getting access to the internet as well as to personal computers, as well as the rise in video game modding, a process of taking and changing elements of a game either to modify the experience or to turn it into something completely new. For example, like Half-Life's transformation into the iconic FPS Counter-Strike. This would really begin to drastically change on October 1st, 2013, when developer Rockstar released their 5th edition to their Grand Theft Auto series, GTA 5, which very quickly captured the internet. At this point, YouTube was really entering into its ascendancy into the mainstream, and by 2014, it seemed like almost every single gaming creator was making GTA 5 videos. Meanwhile, on another corner of the internet, Giga Corporation Amazon had just completed their $970 million purchase of a little live streaming site called Twitch.tv, a live streaming site that at the time predominantly featured gaming content. Wow, have the times changed. This is really where the rise of GTA RP begins. Shortly after the game's release, the modding community began to really sink their teeth into it, and before long, custom modded GTA servers began to pop up all over the internet. But unlike many other custom servers and game modes for GTA 5, these servers focused less on creating a new type of a game mode and more on creating an immersive, realistic environment. Arguably, the main server responsible for the rise in popularity of GTA 5's RP, especially into the mainstream, was NoPixel. Developed by the Twitch streamer Coil and others, NoPixel originally was a modded Arma 3 server, a massive military sandbox game that these modders and players had turned into a living, breathing world, where players embody unique characters of their own creation, with their own wants and goals, as they struggle to survive in this world that the modders had created. The NoPixel Arma 3 server began to pick up some really big traction when big streamers like Lyric and others began to RP in the community. But it was really, I think, the way that NoPixel began to embrace its content creators that would ultimately lead to its modern success that we see today, as over the next few years, NoPixel would transform and turn away from Arma 3 to its new custom GTA 5 RP server, its loyal community of RP streamers following suit. This is where things really start to heat up, and ultimately it would be this decision to actively cater to content creators and streamers that would send NoPixel and GTA 5 RP into the mainstream. In many ways, NoPixel's success mirrors the mainstream success of Twitch as a live streaming platform. I first became really aware of NoPixel in around 2017, as around this time NoPixel had recently launched NoPixel 2.0, a massive overhaul and update and wipe to their GTA 5 RP server, and they had managed to convince a bunch of popular Twitch streamers like Lyric, SodaPoppin', Moon, and Subbit1G all to join the server, dramatically increasing the eyes on GTA RP, and really just RP in general, as for the first time a broader audience was getting exposed to the roleplay community, a world that really up until this point was kind of viewed as a bunch of cringe nerds. NoPixel, to their credit, had managed to create an immersive and fun alternate reality to our real world, a world where you could really be anything that you wanted to be, from a lowly fast food worker to the chief of police to a drug kingpin or maybe even a super terrorist or something like that. Anything was possible in this world, and soon people began to consume this content like they would a weekly TV series. You see, all of these eyes on NoPixel and GTA 5 RP had a really interesting effect. It created careers. By this point, there was already a decent amount of full-time roleplay streamers, but the introduction of NoPixel 2.0 and its influx of big variety content creators really caused this kind of ripple-down effect for the community, as RP quickly became one of the fastest ways to become a full-time Twitch streamer. You see, in general, it's actually extremely hard to become a full-time successful Twitch streamer. Twitch isn't really known for its discoverability as a platform, so you could honestly stream for years to 0 viewers without any growth whatsoever. In general, there's two main ways to become a successful Twitch streamer fast. One, be really good at a new and popular game. 2, gain an audience through an already established streamer. 2 is basically what happened in the NoPixel GTA 5 RP community, which already had a decent sized viewer base, but this influx from bigger content creators began to filter down more viewers to other smaller and talented streamers, and within a couple of years, the amount of full-time GTA 5 RP streamers exploded, and with it, all of the drama. You see, for whatever reason, the RP community, as a whole, seems to be prone to a little bit of drama, a little bit of controversy. And in many ways, this makes sense, seeing as we're all just a bunch of, antisocial weirdos trying to tell stories and pretending to be people that we aren't. Naturally, in any, roleplay community, there's always going to be some cringe drama moments. But, you see, once you add fame, money, and a live audience to this environment, would you believe me if I told you that things started to get a little wild? From harassment to bigotry to homophobia to racism, NoPixel over the last few years has dealt with it all. I mean, hell, right now, the owner of the server Coil is being sued by one of his former developers, one of his former employees, a streamer by the name of DW, who just a month ago started his own server called Onyx to compete with NoPixel. I mean, this sounds like a plot straight out of an anime. For real, NoPixel has had so many instances of drama over the years, it would be impossible for me to cover all of them. Most of them are petty, very small kind of instances of drama, which result from conflict between different characters on the servers. You see, a lot of these roleplay streamers communities have grown so large, and they tend to treat their favorite RP streamer like a sports team, and harass other streamers communities when they see that their team is in competition with them. As it seems like many people who watch RP are either children or unable to distinguish between the role player and the character that they are playing. Other times, though, the drama is much more serious and insane. For example, take the perma-banning of GTA 5 RP streamer and full-time fuckboy Rated Epics. Rated at this time was an extremely popular streamer who played the character Randy on NoPixel, a member of the group CG or Chain Gang. At the time of Rated's ban earlier this year in 2023, no reason was stated publicly by the admin team, but it soon became apparent that this guy was a grade A fuckboy and sex pest. After his ban, many women began to come forward detailing their interactions with this streamers. One of these women, a streamer by the name of Evie, said that Rated would constantly ask for cam shows and other weird things, along with several other women and people who would put forward allegations of sexual harassment in general, and homophobia. One of them being Rated's own girlfriend at the time, NoPixel streamer Lindy. I mean, why are we even surprised? Even in 2023, there's still tons of communities and areas on the internet that have no idea how to accept women into their communities. Rated, after finally being called out for the weird sex pest trash can that he is, decided if he's going down, he's taking everyone with him, baby, as he began to leak a shitload of DMs and texts just showing how mentally unhinged both he and Lindy and their relationship was, and the fact that Lindy herself, Rated's girlfriend at the time and a NoPixel streamer, herself was bigoted and homophobic. As well, he released a variety of other logs for some other NoPixel streamers, more specifically Banana Brea, who also had, well, it seems some homophobic tendencies. Ultimately, all three of these streamers' careers after their banning would take a pretty big hit, a pretty big nosedive, but all three of them still continue to stream full-time, seemingly to their brainlessly loyal fan base. Irregardless of any drama, GTA RP and NoPixel are only going to get bigger and more popular as time goes on. In August of 2023, major news hit in the RP community, and it was announced that Rockstar, the developer of Grand Theft Auto, purchased CFX.RE, the makers of 5M, the multiplayer client which hosts GTA RP servers like NoPixel and Onyx. Rockstar partnering with 5M basically ensures that GTA RP is here to stay, and now we'll essentially be receiving full support from and backing from Rockstar as a company. This was then followed up in the first week of December with the teaser trailer for the highly anticipated newest addition to the GTA series, GTA 6, which is projected to be released in 2025. Simultaneously, in the second week of December, NoPixel launched their newest overhaul and accompanying wipe to the server, NoPixel 4.0, which has seen a sharp increase again in the popularity of RP on Twitch, as all sorts of popular variety streamers like Moon, Nim, and XQC, who also hilariously became part owner of NoPixel earlier this year, have all returned to GTA RP. It seems like in the long run, RP is really here to stay, and in all honesty, I think that there's a really good reason for that. It's fun, and it's entertaining, and addicting to watch. One of my favorite things about GTRP is really how diverse the types of stories that are all being told are. Whether you're watching a character run for mayor, attempt to build a criminal enterprise, or just work a normal job at a fast food place, the GTA RP community is filled with all sorts of amazing and talented improv actors and storytellers, each telling a different type of story that appeals to a different type of audience. And I think that's fucking amazing. At first I thought about including some recommendations for like GTA roleplay streamers that I watch, where if someone was new to GTA roleplay, they could get into watching. In general though, there's just really too many good streamers out there in the roleplay community, and they all do completely different types of roleplay and completely different types of stories that would appeal to different people. There's just way too many for me to try to recommend them. Therefore, I would appreciate it if you guys in the comment section down below could tell me who your favorite GTA roleplay streamer is and what characters they play. Actually, I lied. Here's a broad list of just a few Twitch streamers who I would recommend watching if you're just getting into GTA RP. And yes, this was my dive into the weird and wacky world of GTA RP, which started out as just a small community of online role players that over the last like 6 years has exploded into this massive entertainment and money-making phenomenon. If you did enjoy the video or learn something new, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as your guys' support and interaction on these channels helps me to be able to continue to make these videos and helps put the videos themselves into the algorithm. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. As always, drink your water, hug your mother. Until next time, peace, love, adu. This freaking light keeps hitting me in the eye.